This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social. Delighted to be joined by the WBA Super Middleweight Champion of the World, St George Groves. We're here today at the Grove Smith press conference in London. How are you, George?
I'm good, thank you. Very good.
So, what do we see there today? We're finally here. We're finally at the press conference, the announcement, your World Boxing Super Series final. Must feel good to get it over the line finally.
Well, yeah. I didn't know we was going to have a press conference. Bought a new suit a while ago. I was fat then. Do you know what I mean? I put it on today. I was like, wow, this is easy. It's just going straight on, you know. So that was good. That was a relief this morning. Yeah, no, good. I mean, I didn't expect too much. You know, it's not the sort of. This isn't a fight to sell tickets. You know, it might be a fight to try and sell pay-per-views, but you know, you're not going to get a punch up at a press conference with me and Callum Smith. You know, maybe me and Eubank, but not me and Callum Smith. So you know, Smith was very polite, respectful. His trainer even more so. Joe Gallagher. I mean, Joe Gallagher is a bit hit and miss. Sometimes he's a bit fiery, but he's very respectful. So you know, I'm a counter puncher. I'll try and be respectful back.
Talk to me a little bit about the time that's lapsed from the Chris Eubank Jr. fight back in February. Seems like a lifetime ago now, and now obviously you've had your shoulder surgery. How's preparation been different this time, coming off the back of a career-threatening injury like that?
Yeah, so I mean, we've been in the gym since February. You know, so rehab started straight away. I mean, it wasn't much to start with, and you know, you can sort of see your muscle mass sort of disintegrate in the mirror. The scales look good, but the muscle to fat ratio is not going the right way. So it's been a long sort of rehab road, but of late, you know, we really sort of, once we got the dates, stepped it up, rammed it up, and the shoulder now, you know, I mean, it's bulletproof and it's never going to pop out again, but it's painful and it's rock solid to start with. So you've got to really work on your mobility, which we got back, you know, quite quickly. The strength, didn't lose too much strength, but then it's making sure that all the right muscles doing the right job. You know, it's a complicated joint, and it's very easy to you know, to subconsciously be compensating for certain things and not realizing. So you know, like if your triceps supposed to be working but your biceps doing all the work and your triceps gone dead, then you know that's a problem. That wasn't what happened to me, but they're the only two muscles I can remember. So you know, it's all these different complicated Latin words in the shoulder. But yeah, so we've been working hard. The rehab has been, we stepped it up. You know, we're calming it down now. We're actually just in full camp. So in terms of where we're at now, there's nothing different. You know, I see my physio once a week, which I would do anyway for maintenance. I see chiropractor and a few other guys to keep me all in line, make sure everything's as it should be. But yeah, no, where we're at now is actually really nice because we're back to normality, back to sparring. I've got a bit of a black eye, and we're back to you know, back treadmill sprints and everything else. So we're good. Been in the gym a long time, so I feel like an athlete a little bit quicker than I usually do. So usually, like I'm just like a fat civvy. You know, when I get out of the gym, just don't really put on too much weight, but just go soft. And it takes a while to get tough again. But no, the toughness came back. Black eye makes me look even tougher. So we're all right.
Just talk to me a little bit about something that you mentioned earlier. This is not a fight to sell tickets. One or two eyebrows, if not more, raised about Jeddah being the destination for the final. You're somebody who's been involved in some of the most high-profile domestic clashes. Do you think that the fact this isn't in a neutral venue in the UK will take away from the final?
I don't think so. I think if we can get the coverage out there from the British fans, you know, if the journalists can get out there, or at least enough to cover it and make sure it gets the fair shake that it deserves, that would be great. And then from here on in the UK, it's up to ITV pay-per-view to pump it out and make sure people tune in and get to see it. The shows part of the World Boxing Super Series they look fantastic on TV. You know, the build-up's great. You know, they've got a winning formula. Because the shows come thick and fast, you know, people have got used to them, become accustomed to them early on. You know, it's going to be even more so season 2, and we know now that this isn't a one-off thing. You know, they've got another year coming, so it's even more reason for the fans to pay attention. This isn't, oh, he won that token trophy they were on about once, 15 years ago. No, this is going to be a thing. It's going to happen every year. So I think, will it be like, it'll be remembered as what it is. It will just be sad that not that many people from the UK can be able to see it. There might be a lot of expats and other people out there who can see it, but you bump into people on the street and they've been to a lot of your fights and they are truly gutted when they can't get to one. So lots of my friends and family and even fans I don't know who might not have been able to get to Vegas for the Badou Jack fight because they thought Mayweather undercard or price them out, or it was just too far to go or something like that. They'd already had their summer holidays booked, or worse, so they were coming out 3 weeks before when the fight was actually scheduled, and then they postponed. So people are sad that they didn't get to every fight, but I think if you get in early, get your visa sorted, you can come to this fight. There might be a lot of tickets. You might not even have to buy one. They might have a few out there for as a gift for coming all this way. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, and just last question for me, George, because I appreciate you have to go out and train. Something that Shane touched upon in the interview I did with him, he said that Callum Smith, and it's something that was mentioned in the press conference as well, is the most difficult test of this tournament for you, so more difficult than Chris Eubank Jr. Did you agree with that? And how would you rate Callum Smith compared to your Carl Froch's, your Badou Jacks, etc.?
Yeah, he's tougher. On paper, he was better than Chris Eubank Jr. He poses different challenges to Junior. Obviously, he's a totally different makeup. He's a better boxer. He's bigger. He's longer. He's probably more. Yeah, he's more experienced than and he's been in the UK in the pro gym longer. But in other ways, I think he's easier. And I believe that there's no difference in that. If I show up and do what I know I can do and stick to the task at hand, I'll get the job done just as easy as I did against Eubank Jr., if not even more so. So, Eubank was always wondering when the wave was going to come. The dad was in the corner telling him, like, you need to put pressure. You need to walk through these punches to land yours. I suppose you just need to be braver. That's hard to do, it's very hard to do, and Junior couldn't do it. But that was what we was waiting for. It never came. With Smith, if it stops working for him, I'm not quite sure what his plan B will be. So might be good for him, but most likely won't be.
Okay, well, George Groves, thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. We'll let you get off to the gym now. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you. Cheers.